Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Hey there, crypto fans, how we doing? We're going live at 5:55. I wanted to get in here a little bit early tonight just to show you how TradingView calculates their candles, because we're on a -6 UTC. So we're about to get brand new candles for our for our charts. As you can see on the screen, we're multiple green. I'm doing a lot of rhyming tonight. That's really cool. So anyway, BTC up 4.76, banging away at that 55K. Ethereum up at 1867.36, looking strong and mighty as all the NFTs are leaning on Ethereum and their developing group to try to get this bottleneck sorted out. We'll talk a little bit about that later on once we get to the Ethereum. Let's move over to the charts. Starting out with BTC USD. Massive run up today. And if you notice, we've done a few things differently here. I've added this little yellow indicator. So we have green means go, yellow caution, red sell. And this can be reversed, of course, if you're able to short sell. This red zone would be your buy, caution, sell. And what we're using, if you haven't been to the channel before, this is the Fibonacci retracement. And we use it on the going up, and we're tracing coming back down. And then we use the inverse of that for the ride back up. So we're hitting all these resistance areas and things like that. We'll give you that here in 1 second. So looking at BTC USD, big run up today. As you can see, we're up 4.68% for the day. And like I said, this candle is about the calculation here in TradingView is about to change, and you'll see it switch to flat, or we may even go red a little bit. So we're watching that real close. Let's zoom in here to some support and resistance for you. I did go into the 1 hour time frame to get this support level. We'll massage that just a little bit. We have this DOGE right here with indecision, but managed to close up above the 12-day moving average here on the 1 hour. We are on top of the 26-hour moving day average and on top of the 100-day moving average. So all the averages, let me sort this out because of my OCD thing. There we are. Looks a lot better. So we're banging away up here, trying to get above that 55,000 psychological number. Looking for the bulls to step in here. Looks like the volume is up there. We're trying to trade a little bit above average for this average calculation. Let's see, what are we running down here? 14-day RSI, and we have the volume set at 20. So there's your averages if you want to pick up these indicators. Also using the triple MA 12, 26, and 100 and the pivots HL55. A lot of folks said, well, hey, where do you get all those indicators? That's where they are. These are all straight out stock TradingView indicators. You can search these names up here in the indicator area. All right. As you can see, I'm trying to stall a little bit of time. We're about to switch over. Keep an eye over here. Is starting to go, everything goes red and zero. So if you're just getting off work or what have you, and you're looking over here and said, holy cow, we're flat, 0%. We did make that change. So I wanted to get this recorded for the folks that watch the recorded version, not the live version, to show you. This is where we come when we do the 6 o'clock happy hour. We're starting from scratch. So we're basically creating a new candle here, and we reset back. So the percentages all reset to 0, and that's where we're going. So as you can see on the charts here, we popped right above, right on that changeover, starting to peak up and hammer away at that 55,000. Resistance will switch back to the 4 hour, And then what we're looking for here, folks, is we'd use these Fibonacci retracements for a buy and sell. And so what we're looking for is some, we're going to top out, come down, consolidation, and looking for the next price pivots, and then we'll reset our Fibonacci's and our buy, sell, and all these ranges for the next wave. So everything looks good and strong. Only thing we're looking at here is the RSI is overbought. So what's that RSI? We may need to come down, let that cool off, consolidate a while, and look for continuation. Okay, let's move on to the watch list for DOT USD Polkadot. Polkadot's getting a lot of attention with the NFTs and all those kind of things. So watch out for Polkadot. Keeping a close eye here. As you see, we popped all the way up here. We'll move our resistance up to. And when I move these white lines, these are just standard white horizontal lines. Over here in the right, you'll see the actual numerical representation of these lines. So we're at 39.155. And then we got the support. We have to look at the 1 hour to get a little bit more detail right there. So we came down the last previous candle to the 37.975. So we'll use that as support. And we have the 26 and 100 day in the configuration that we're very happy about because we're bulls. And I'm bull bias. I'll just let that slip out there right now. And we did have a bearish candle in the previous candle, so keep that in mind. But RSI did need to cool off a little bit. Just barely poked above the point, not the point, I'm sorry, the 70.00 RSI. So back in the saddle again, we can move our support up to the 38.098 for DOT USD. Let's move on to Binance Chain. Binance Chain is on a rip and tear, and probably because, if you haven't heard, Coinbase is about to IPO, and their valuation has been astronomical. I think it's even larger than, you can check me on this, but someone said today it's larger than the NASDAQ. So a massive IPO for Coinbase coming out. Big bullish news for us folks in the crypto space. And then some folks are putting it together, well, Binance is privately owned, but we can own Binance Coin to have a piece of Binance, right? So that's probably why Binance, or people are moving fiat funds into Binance to use to trade on that exchange. Or you can use Binance Coin. If you hold a portion of Binance Coin in your exchange, you can reduce your fees. I think you get like a 25% discount or something like that. Check me on that as well. I'm not really sure, but it is significant. So that is BNB USD. Looking up here at the 298.38, trying to get above that $300 psychological. And let's get down here for support. We're on the 1 hour at the moment, just trying to get you some real tight support and resistance, because we want to see which direction we're moving forward for BNB USD. We'll switch back to the 4 hour. And I do these things because I want you to see the representation of where this price is in these ebbs and flows, because the worst thing, in my opinion, this is not financial advice, but you don't want to FOMO into buying way the hell up here when you're just basically buying, you're topping off the profits for the folks that got in down here. Even way back here when we had we had the previous buy and sell target. So keep that in mind. This is a good visual representation of where we are in this cycle. And what you're looking for is you want to see it come up here, come down, consolidate, perhaps even move back. And we have a good example here coming up. But to the halfway mark here, this is the 50% dead center of this retracement. And then we can either do a continuation or fall back down to support, and then there's your buy target. So keep that in mind, and we'll massage that idea a little bit further as we move along. So that is BNB USD. Moving on to IOTA. There we go. IOTA came up here. This was the previous target, got up there, got into our sell zone. We regrouped, we patiently waited. We got down back to our new target for the buy zone. Now we're heading up top, made it through this resistance coming up through. Now we're looking for it to ping right in this red zone, and that would be your exit. And once again, folks, this is not financial advice. I'm just some dude on the internet and YouTube. Never ever take financial advice from anyone that's not a professional and willing to be responsible for your money. Okay? So let's zoom into the 1 hour, get the resistance here, getting pretty close to this top up here. So if you're lucky enough to be in this trade with us, you can start to get your trigger ready to exit. We're starting to top out. As you can see, the volume's starting to fall off. RSI is getting into the overbought. And so although we do have the 12, the 26, and 100 day on the 1 hour, let's switch back to let me first, sorry, yeah, I got the support. There we go. Let's switch back to the 4 hour. We did get the 12-26 cross, which is a good sign for us to continue upward momentum. So just watch the volume. It's starting to dry up just a tad, and RSI is still in good shape on the 4 hour time frame. So patiently waiting to get up here into this sales target for IOTA USD. Let's move on to Cardano ADA USD. Someone mentioned that why don't I chart in Satoshis and all that kind of stuff, and I think it's for comparison's sake to all these different ones. I want to see it in USD for now, and I'll consider that. This is just the way I've been doing it for years. So we got the 12-26 cross that gave us upward momentum. 1200 day about to cross here on the 4 hour, so that could be some good indication to ride this guy out a little bit more for Cardano. We do have this previous candle up here at the top at 1.2285 for resistance and 1.153 support. And if you wanted to come in a little bit tighter, if your time frames, or if you're trading a little bit less time frame, you could probably come up here to these guys, although I would be more comfortable right here at the 1.159 support. These wicks, they're kind of weak volume, so I don't think they're representative price action, but that's for you to decide. So you're charting along with me, good for you. You make the decision, see how it holds up, and if it falls back to here, then there we go. I was wrong. Moving on to Link, L-I-N-K USD. Where you at, Link? Not really paying attention to these green and reds because, like I said, the candles just reset here in TradingView. So it's all brand new, nice and fresh candles. I wanted to show that on the video. So here we are. Let's zoom out to the 4 hour. We are down here in the buy zone. We got some really good support off this 12-day moving average. Came down, tested that again. Came down, tested that again. Support for continuation. So this 12-day moving average for LINK USD is holding up very well here on the 4 hour time frame. We did get into the sales target for this particular name. Poked above just a little bit. We'll just move that right up there for resistance. So you have resistance at 32.011 USD. Both these wicks, we can actually move that right up because you see we have the body of this candle, body of that candle, and the wick of this candle. So that give us some more right here, almost did want to poke down and just test this 12-day moving average. So support at 30.784. Resistance up here at the top at $32 roughly. So just call that $32 psychological for LINK USD. Moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum, where are you, my friend? There we are. Good day for Ethereum. If you're an Ethereum fan, it was a good day for you. All the NFT hype is on. And of course, all the ERC20 tokens that are built on top of Ethereum and all of the dApps and all those things that manage the NFTs. But, and we'll talk about this here in a little bit, there's nothing negative. There's just some things to work out, but continuous uptrend here for Ethereum on top of the 12-day. We got the 26 and 100-day cross sent us up to the upside. So we have here on the 4-hour, we have all these 12, the 26, 100 in the orientation that we like for upside continuation. So we're banging our way up here at the 1880. Looks like, yeah, that's where we got so far. Let's move this resistance down there. There we go. A little tight candle here, so let's go into 1 hour. Look for some more support should we need it. There we go. So support at 1826.15. Managed to get all the way up to the 1879. Let's call it 1880 resistance. And even on the 1 hour, we did get the 12, the 26 cross. As you can see, we are getting some support off of that. 100 days still down here, so we're waiting for that to catch up, and we'll watch that close on the 1 hour. Back to the 4 hour. Ethereum looking strong. A little bit lighter volume. RSI is up here on top of the overbought, so keep an eye on the RSI. We may need to come down and consolidate for a continuation. All right, that's Ethereum. let me switch over. I want to show you one thing for Ethereum here. One of the issues that they are encountering with these NFTs, with the popularity of that, is the gwei. And so basically, this is a calculation. Instead of using gas, which is 0.0 whatever, I don't even bother to figure out the calculation. But particularly, this is what folks are paying to use the Ethereum blockchain. Folks being any ERC20 token, including the NFTs. So for you to post your song or whatever, you're going to have to buy some of this to post it. And it's basically just it's a toll bridge, right? It's just a transaction fee for use of it. And as you can see here, you have the ability to go, you can use the low one, which is going to give you, on this particular calculation, 14 minutes, 41 seconds. Or you could choose the average. Or if you're in a hurry or rich, you can just say, hell with it. Just give me the 147, I'm out of here, right? So just keep that in mind. And that's one of the things that the Ethereum developers are trying to work out with Ethereum 2.0. Let me see. I made some notes that I was doing a little bit of research last night. So let me try to find that. Here we go. But yeah, so basically they're going to be moving to the proof of stake, which should improve the speed of transactions. And then basically they're looking for sometime in June to kind of sort out all the traffic problems and lower these fees, etc. Okay? All right, let's switch back. Enough of that discussion. Moving on to XLM, Stellar. Stellar looks like we rejected a little bit quicker than some of the other ones. We're on the 4-hour time frame again. Made it up to the sales target, and now we're looking for some resolution here. The 100-day crossed down on the 12. and it's going to looks like we're going to get across on the 26th. So that's going to put everybody in the right orientation, but that's going to happen with this current trend here. We're looking at 4, 8, 12, maybe 12 hours from now. So watch that. Good volume here, good solid volume. RSI is in good shape. So XLM, it may need to come down, consolidate. I'll get you the support level here at the 0.420. Resistance up at the 0.435. Sorry, 0.433. Just keep an eye on this 2600 day cross. That should give us some boost up to the upside there. Moving on to NU USD. A little bit quieter on this name here. Lots of bearish activity. I'm not really sure why that would be, but we are just kind of making our way up. Got into the sales target, hit some resistance at the 0.719, trying to find support. Did pretty well. These little tiny candles, you see the wicks on these guys. So folks are taking profit right up here. So at that point, what I'd like to do is I'm going to switch over. As I mentioned in the description there, I'm going to show you a little bit different view, and I'll switch over to NU here. There we go. I'm going to show you some more indicators. And basically what I'm showing here on the screen is the Bollinger Bands and the this is the volume profile visible range over here to the right. So basically what this means is this is showing you where all the buying and selling activity happened. Right, so you can see that you have a very dense area right here, and it draws that red line for you. And let me show you that indicator if you want to use those in your charts. So we're using the Bollinger Band. This is a straight up stock one out of TradingView. The BB20 close 2, and so basically that's a 20-day with a 2-day standard. Not 2-day, 2 standard deviations. So this is 2 standard deviations off of this middle guy right here, right? So, and to the right here, you'll see that that's the VPVR, number of rows 24, up, down 70. So you can search for those up at the top on your indicators. And what these do, I also often use that. If you watch the video of learning how to trade and chart that I put out a while back, is sometimes you need some additional information to give you some more insight into your trading idea. And so what I like to do is I like to pop over here and just get a whole different look. And I've got the all the moving averages turned off. I do have the volume here, and then I have some MACD information. We'll talk about that in another video because we want to keep this kind of short. But you can see sometimes things blow off the top, go too far that way, so it's ebbs and flows. And then you'll start to see the tightening of the Bollinger Bands and then an explosion. And then what happens is, like in this price action here, let's go back to right here. So in fact, we'll go way back here to the red line. So what we know is that the people that bought right in here and on the way up, if you ever revisit this, then you'll know that there's going to be a lot of selling pressure up here. So it shows you the inventory you have above you. NU is not a good example. And let's see if we can look at BTC. Go back. So basically it's showing you where all the activity. So if you're trying to go above that and people bought down here and you go down this way, if you go down below, like let's say you bought up here, we're down here, you know that when you're climbing back up, you see all this volume, there's going to be a lot of selling pressure on the climb back up, right? So it's a really good indicator you can pop on there. I don't use it that often, but if I'm considering, you know, what's up top, what's up ahead. If we've been way down in the 43s, I would have known that, okay, I've been here in the 43s, but as we climb up, more and more volume. So there's people holding bags on the rise up, so they're going to be more likely to sell, right? They're going to say, hey, get me the shit out of here. Made a bad decision, bought the wrong time, at the wrong time, etc. So anyway, just wanted to show you that really quick to give you a different point of view. Okay, let's move on to, where did we leave off? I have no idea. NUSD. All right, heading on to NMR. USD. Great example of why I put this yellow area here. We can see that we came up, poked above the sales target, and then this is the Fibonacci, and it's going from 100% to 0% because we're measuring. When we get up here, we want to see what the percentages are coming back down, right? So we went through the 23%, and this, I'm going to say percent, but it's ratios, but 0.38. And look at here, once we got to the 0.50, right on the money, dead center. There. And that's why we put that in there, because we know that if we overshoot, come back, retrace to the mean, bang around in there, and then we're going to make a decision to go either up or down, and that's why we use that. So in this case, we managed to go up to we'll use this candle over here. That's some good volume. $42.08. Resistance now. Good solid support at the right at the $41 mark, you could say. So there's your support, there's your resistance, and good example of what all this stuff means. Moving on to LTC USD. Litecoin. Litecoin, late to the party, but starting to bloom. We're busting out, did poke up here to the 207.31, so it's good to see Litecoin get close and get above the $200 mark. Psychological. Support at the 196.76. You could probably go into the 1 hour and find you some support above the two. Yeah, we did close this candle above the $200 range on the 1 hour. So we're going to look for some more support levels up above the 200, which would give us a good indication that we're still on the uptrend. We'll leave support there at 196.76. Resistance all the way up. We had to go, yeah. Shucks, we have to go out to the daily. And let's find that one. So it looks like we're trying to get this previous support is now becoming resistance at the 207.33 for Litecoin. Litecoin in good shape. Moving on to Comp USD, COMP. Comp making its way up to the climb. Let's get your resistance level here at the I would use the bodies of these two candles here. And if we dialed into the 1 hour, we'd probably get some more clarity on that. But right now, we're going to go for the 508.226. We will go to the 1 hour for support. You see all this activity right here in the middle of that. If we pull this over here, just while we do that, you can see it's just kind of hanging around that 50% area. Big candle right there. So we're going to come down to support at the 485.12. And we have a resistance. We'll switch back to the 4 hour. Up here to 508.08. if you're still in this trade, you're hitting into the sales target for this climb up. It may be time to take some profit and get some fresh powder to fire when ready. Moving on to BAT/USD, basic attention coin. Big old wick sticking up there, as we say in the South. Big ol'. That's a lot. So made it all the way up. Well, let's zoom into the 1 hour so we get you some clarity on there. And find something. 0.78235. We did pooch a little bit above there, but that was we got some candle, lots of activity in that region, so that's pretty safe. Nice rounding bottom right here on the 1 hour. And support right up here, just below the 0.50 retracement. So at support at 0.729. Let's switch back to the 4 hour, zoom back in. There we go. And if you're out there, if you're brand new, don't be too shy to say hi. Leave something in the chat. I see some folks out there ghosting around. That's fine. I know you're shy. That's fine. Just trying to learn about this stuff. If you're brand new, I am using TradingView. There's a link in the description for, I don't really get anything from it, but it's actually a for real link, so there's no risk of going to some counterfeit site or anything like that, but absolutely free. I'm using the pro version. It lets me use a few more indicators and some other things that I use on a daily basis. So I'm happy to pay the $12 a month. And there you go. Oh, I am using the beta desktop version. There's a browser-based version. This one's a little bit more stable and a little bit more faster. So not trying to upsell you here. It's a free beta. If you want to sign up for it, go for it. BAT/USD, basic attention coin. Let me show you real quick. There you go. This is the Brave browser, and you can see I've earned 0.15 BAT for free. Every time I see an ad, they pay me for it. So there you go. Same folks that came up with Mozilla, Firefox. Very fast, streamlined, safe. There's no data stored or shared, so it's a very highly recommended. You can get that for your iOS, Android, and desktop, Windows, and Mac. Not sponsored, nothing, no infomercial here. So BAT/USD 0.725 support. Hit resistance. Let's go to the 1 hour, see what caused all that commotion up there. Yep, there it is. Previous price action way over here to 0.78172. Go back to the 4 hour. And basically, I use the 4 hour quite a bit because I'm not day trading. So I'm not dialed into the very, the refined time zones and what have you, the time frames. Basically, I either swing trade or I'm accumulating. So that's my style. Also note that we did get some support off the 12-day moving average here. And that would be your fallback should this support at this level fall through. Okay, let's move on to GRT/USD. GRT looking strong up here. Big wicks both sides. We have a hammer that failed. Indecision. So there's some uncertainty once we got up here. Nobody knows what to do. So let's find some support and give you a little bit of encouragement to fall back on. If you're in this one, you see the 0.236 retracement. We came up here and we're holding right in there. And on the 1 hour, it's holding its 12-day moving average to some degree. And yep, right on there. At the 2.108, resistance up there at the top at 2.207. That is GRT USD. Move back to the 4 hour. And let's move on to VET, VeChain. Very strong day for VeChain yesterday. Hope you're part of that. Congratulations. Big run up. As you can see, still climbing. Doing some consolidation up here, which is nice and healthy. That's fine. Ran into several of these tops of these wicks. Good resistance level to choose from. It's a 0.066. Support down at the 0.062. And you may see this alert that I have set. I am in an active trade on this particular one, so I do have a trailing stop that I'm just kind of massaging this up as we move along. And so to make sure that I get the profit that I'm after. And we'll talk about that this weekend when we do trailing stops. Moving on to ZIL, ZIL USD. Doing well. See the RSI down here did get up to the overbought. So kind of turned us around on this ascent. Ran into resistance up here to 0.137. We found some support, I imagine, right here. Let's go to the 1 hour. Yep, there it is. Right on the body of that candle, wick of that candle. And we do have the 12-2600 day on the 1 hour in good orientation. We got the 2600 day cross down here. So keeping a good eye on this guy. It may be ready to run on up. So big giant volume candle here. A little bit less, and then we're on the new hour, as you know. So watch the volume here. If it dries up, may change our mind a little bit, but still looking good. Moving on to DOGE. DOGE still having a problem getting above that 0.063 top up here. Keeps banging away up there. I'll show you here in the daily chart. You see all these wicks, and we did poke above it just a little bit, but still struggling there. So we'll go back to the 4 hour. Big wicks on both sides of DOGE. So algos are all over this thing, trading back and forth. That's okay. We have support at the 0.0557. On the climb up, need to get through this first level of resistance at the 0.0606. And then looking for a continuation for DOGE. 12, 26, 100 in good shape. And the bodies of these candles are riding along the 12-day moving average. So good sign. RSI did get overbought here. Sent us right, bears bought it right back down, or sold it right back down, I should say. So it looks like the volume's starting to dry up on DOGE. Moving on to the Defi tokens. Let's move into UNI or Uniswap. Let's find that rascal. Where are you at there? There we go. Lots of resistance up here at the 34.95. 1, 2 goes at it. Regrouped. Didn't get all the way up there. That would be another level of resistance we could put there. That was the all-time high, by the way. So once you get into blue sky breakout above the all-time high, your resistance levels are no longer in play. So you're just watching the RSI and the volume, and they can keep on sailing. We have the 12, the 26, 100-day moving average in the right configuration. We're not on top of the 12-day yet, so look for that to get up above to get support on the 12-day. Your fallback would be support at the 32.34 on the previous price action, and then fall back down to the 26 for support, and then the magic number of 0.50, right, in this yellow range. Okay, moving on to AAVE, USD, having a go at it. Let's see if we can, are we at all-time highs on this particular one? Doesn't say. Let me drop out of here. Not quite up to the all-time highs, but getting close for AAVE. It's one of the Defi tokens. Getting on up there, we go. Get back to the 4-hour. So trying to get above the 453.70. Yep, trying to get there. And then let's get into the 1 hour for support. Not putting down much support until we get down to the 12 to 26. We do have the 1226 crossing as we speak, and the 100-day down here. Volume's coming up, so looking good for AAVE. Watch that RSI as it's about to get into the overbought on the 1 hour time frame. Almost the same on the 4-hour time frame. So 12, 26, 100-day, all fanned out, and just all trending upward. Looking good for AAVE for continuation. MKR, USD. One thing I will mention though, it all depends on Bitcoin. These things can turn on a dime. So always keep your eye on the prize, BTC. Here we are at MKR USD. Beautiful uptrend pattern here. The 12, the 26, the 100 all crossed almost at the same time. So we do have some good strong indicators for upside potential. Volume did drop just below average, but good solid volume. Still RSI is in good position, just at the 60.78. So let's switch to the 1 hour, see if we can dial some nope. Still amazes me that this thing is 2,289.97 USD. So support down here, lots of support right here in this region. Also, the body of the candle is taking this 12-day on the one hour here. So support at the 2224.12. We got resistance way up here. We'd have to go all the way down to the 30-minute time frame to find some kind of yeah. Looks like we may take that out way over here. Yeah, so we'll leave the resistance at the 2331.82. So this one has some climbing room, MKR USD. Moving on to audio. One of the NFT tokens. Audio is having a really good day today. We had to readjust our fibs on the climb up, and we can switch out to the daily. And you can see what I'm talking about. Full-blown uptrend here. Was not showing if that is an all-time high, but getting close. So let's find, we have resistance up at the apex of our fibs, which is a 1.387. Support right on the previous candle at 1.07. Falling down below the 0.50, so there may be some entry potential here for audio. is we have the 12 to 2600 day. So look for that to get support off the 12 or the 26. If not, we may have an opportunity to forward entry for audio USD. Added a couple of new ones, and they are, let me find my notes, excuse me, THETA USD, THETA USD. Got a green line for some reason. That's hilarious. We'll make that white. Somebody might get excited about that being green. So anyway, resistance up at the 5.544. Let's pop into the 1 hour so we get, there we go. A little tighter range for you for the first level of support. Right here at the 5.34, very tight range. RSI did get, we're on the 1 hour here. RSI got overbought. Switch to the 4 hour, same thing. So looking for this particular one to cool off a little bit. Perhaps climb down into the mean here, the 0.50. Keep an eye on THETA USD. Just added that to the watch list for you by popular demand. Also, ENJ. Where are you at, ENJ? There we are. ENJ USD, another one of the NFTs. And let's get some lines drawn here. Here we go. Support 1.6535. Resistance 1.7932. 12, 2600, all doing well, good shape. We did get into the overbought area. So it looks like we're trying to do some really good, healthy consolidation. May even come down and work our way down to the 0.50 right in this range. So keeping an eye on ENJ USD. All right, well, that gets us through the watch list. Let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance. We'll slide over here to cryptocurrency. Here we are, CoinGecko. As I mentioned in the title, Bitcoin is well over the 1 trillion mark. We're at the 1,037 billion market cap. And the total market cap, 1,765 billion. Go up a good chunk. Well, folks, that does it for me. If you're out there in the chat, say hi. Let me know if you have any questions or want me to chart anything for you. I'll give it a few more minutes. If not, leave a comment, subscribe. Tune in every day, 7 a.m. Central Time, 6 p.m., 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. That's all I have today. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.